TaylorMade have been smashing it for years when it comes to long distance hollow bodied driving irons. Is this going to be exactly the same with the brand new UDI and DHY driving irons? These things look amazing. Today we're going to test them out here on the golf course. We're going to see just potentially which one I might sneak in my bag. We also have a special guest on the channel who's going to tell us which one they prefer, and we're going to test them for numbers, so we are covering all bases. Guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoy daily golf related videos. I'm going to kick things off with the UDI, which is a very similar golf club to, well, the standard UDI that I love so much. It looks a little bit bigger. It actually looks like it's going to be a little bit more forgiving, which for me, I'm a big fan of, because I'm a believer that yes, with a hollow bodied utility iron, you want something that's going to go a long way, you want something that's going to feel pretty nice, but you also want something that's going to have that element of forgiveness. So we do have that forged nature with these clubs to give us the feel, the sound, everything that you want, all the good stuff, but we also have that through slot speed pocket and a ton of other technology which I'll go into in this video to help you potentially hit better shots. So without any further ado, let's see how close we can get to that post. Down at the ball, it actually looks really good. I wouldn't have anticipated that it did look this kind of sleek and this small. So I'm very, very pleased with that. I think TaylorMade done a really good job with that. Obviously the DHY is going to look bigger. The DHY is going to look a lot more forgiving. The DHY does kind of stand for driving hybrid iron, so it's going to be a little bit more forgiving. I don't want to hit the dog. I don't mind Connor, but I don't want to hit Jess.
I said the same in one of my videos earlier, actually.
Yeah.
Jess, is it not looser?
Jess is Postman Pat's cat. I had Postman Pat on this morning with the baby.
There we go.
Right, I believe we are now clear and Lucy is safe. We're going to try and go close to that post, Rob. I'll tell you what, we'll knock the post out of the ground. That wasn't the best strike. And for me, go on then. Go on, hit it. I think we've hit the post. This is what these clubs are all about. This is the first tee, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, it's very, very early, and that wasn't my best golf swing. But the fact that you can get away with shots like that is exactly what these clubs, why I potentially would have one of these in the bag. So that's the UDI. Let's test the DHY now, and we'll see exactly just what the differences are. I'm going to test these inside for numbers as well, so stay tuned for that one. But realistically, if I've got that much forgiveness from the UDI, how much forgiveness do you really need? If we come and look down at this one, Rob, you can see there's a lot more behind the ball. There's a little, today, Bobby, come on. There's a lot more surface area behind the ball. There's a little bit more offset, a slightly thicker top line. So that's always going to help to get that element of forgiveness. Can we get close to the post again? A little bit more turn on that one around the corner. That one's actually going to be a little bit further down there and longer. Again, not the best strike, but still I'm getting a nice element of feel around these clubs. Let's bring the special guest in, because you love these clubs, don't you?
I do.
Which one would you go with?
I'm going to go with this one. I don't think this one might be the one that goes in the bag, but I am intrigued.
Intrigued. I must say, they've kind of facelifted them and they do look delightful, like bag appeal wise. They look absolutely gorgeous. These are both 17 degrees as well, so designed for power.
2 iron.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
So it doesn't just launch high, which is a good thing as well. You can still get it going.
Very, very nice. Guys, let's get down there. Let's see exactly where they've finished. We'll see what the differences are in the clubs, and we're going to hit some more out here and some more inside. So interestingly, as you can see, we have some very accurate tee shots here. The first one that we hit with the UDI is bang next to the post. I dare say it may well have hit it as well. And that post is a good 220 yards out here. So realistically, more than happy with that with a miss hit. This is where I really wanted to test these clubs on good days and bad days. So we're going to hit some more to hopefully get some good ones. And the DHY is a little bit further down here and a better angle down to this green. So again, forgiveness elements, A-OK. So some very good tee shots there on the opening hole. You may be saying, James, just what technology is in these clubs? Well, we've mentioned the through slot speed pocket, we've mentioned the Tour inspired looks, but they also feature individual mass optimization in each club to make sure you get the ideal launch that you would want. So one of the big things about them here for me is I would imagine this one's going to be a lot more forgiving, it's going to be a lot easier to hit, and I think it would appeal to mid to high handicappers a lot more, especially the guys who can't hit a hybrid, who just can't hit a hybrid. He should put his hand up because you top every hybrid that you ever hit. Correct. So that's why this one potentially could be the one for you. I was going to throw it then, but I was worried you weren't going to be able to hit it. But do you still get the versatility? Because the name of the game with the UDI is versatility. Now, the Open Championship is just around the corner. That's where you'll start to see these in play. That's where you start to see these in tour players' bags. And the more I say it, the more I think they've really made that look really good. Say really even more. Go on, Chris, send us some down with the DHY.
The Open's round the corner, Bob. Unbelievable. Again, I think this one will have more versatility for the everyday golfer. Again, you might be able to use it into the green as well.
That sounded incredible.
It felt good as well. Launch is good. Again, a little bit higher there. Didn't feel like you had to try and help it up, which is what you want pretty much, isn't it?
Absolutely, and the one thing that I really want to make sure on here with these clubs, and I do this whenever I'm testing a versatile club, is how versatile is it? Can I play a high shot? Can I play a low shot? Can I play the exact flight window that I want? That seems to be a bit of a budword. That seems to be a little bit of a buzzword this year, doesn't it? Flight window. So let's try and hit some just to the left of that bunker. Can I flight them down and play one that just chases down there nicely? Yes, I can, and you can see that's just fading back nicely as well, which I quite like as a shot. If that can pitch around 180 yards and release out and maybe roll 50 or 60 yards depending on the time of year, we know we're going to be okay. There's a tiny bit of offset on here, which I'm not a huge fan of. My bad shot generically does go left, but I can still play that nice low fade. And again, that wasn't the best strike, but it felt pretty good. So it's ticking all those boxes for me. Can we play a high draw, which is the hardest shot to play with these clubs, really? Look at that. That is exactly where I want it to be. Pitching left side of the fairway. Lovely turf interaction there. It's doing pretty much everything that I would want it to do. Let's hit one more, then let's get in the studio and see just how good these really are compared to the previous generation. That sounds incredible. Oh. Okay, so let's talk numbers for these new TaylorMade driving irons. And one thing I really want to get across before we do so is just how good they look. So I've actually edited the footage from yesterday already when we had these outside, and they look stunning. The camera really doesn't do them justice. Yes, we know they're full of technology. Yes, we know they are designed to help us maintain ball speed, help us hit long, accurate tee shots or shots into par 4s or 5s. They need to have shelf appeal, they need to have bag appeal, and I think they do that with abundance. So we'll kick off with the DHY, the more forgiving version, the hybrid style driving iron. And I've set a target out there around 220. So if I can pitch these around 210, 220 consistently and accurately, I'll be more than happy. So without any further ado, can we get these out there, and can we potentially think about putting them in the bag? That one was actually bottomy, and it's still carried 211, running up to 230, tiny bit to the left, still spinning at over 3,000, so it's maintained that speed, and the ball speed was pretty good as well, around 137. So that through slot speed pocket for that low on the face strike is particularly helping us there. I'm not a huge fan of the offset on this DHY. I think the UDI for me would probably be the one to go for, but if you do have a right miss, potentially it could be the one. Then you're going at that. Look at that, I've actually smoked it. I've never seen the graphics before on the Golf Sun. 221, 235 total. Spinning nice and high at 3.5, ball speed over 140 there. And it's always the case, isn't it? You say, you know what, this one might not be for me. I think this one might be for the guys who maybe need a little bit more help. Nobody needs help at the moment more than I do. And I'm not a huge hybrid fan, so the fact that we can have this in a 17 degree, carry it to 20. Bobby, look at that. Are we seeing this? I can't believe how simple and easy that is. Like, that's a small target as well. It's going exactly where we want it to go. I'm really happy with that. Spin rate's good, ball speed's good. Let's go one more then, let's go UDI. This has really shocked me a little bit. I may well put that in the title, I'm not too sure. We always need to find a nice juicy title for you guys to click on these videos. But if you're in the market for anything like this, the one thing I'll say as well is usually these give us a sneak peek as to how the new P790 might look when it comes around. I'm not sure when that's due, but if it looks anything like that, I think we can all be quite happy because I think they've made a really good job of it. So hats off, TaylorMade. Put that back on because we're not due a haircut, it just looks terrible. So we'll we'll go with that. Can we hit another one the same? Now that was toey. So this one's probably more important for me. If it's going to carry 210, 220 carry. And you've literally lost nothing. You've lost no ball speed, spin rate's still the same, and it was literally like out of there. So that extended blade length's really helping us as well. Let's look at the UDI and let's see if potentially, is it going to carry any different? Is it going to have a different ball speed? Is it maybe going to lower the spin rate a touch? I would hope for a lower ball flight. This is certainly the head style that I would elevate to. So this is probably the one that I'll not hit as good now because I've said that. I've hit that so bad. I've hit that so bad. And you can sort of tell the difference straight away looking down at them. It's not as forgiving looking. It's not that confidence inspiring. I mean, that was a terrible golf swing anyway. Ball speed down at like 120. But I don't think anything would have particularly helped us there. And then you hit that. And you just think, yeah, really, really nice. Not really a massive difference in ball flight. Not really a massive difference in spin rate or ball speed. Ball speed up at 140 that time because it was a better strike, spinning at high 3000s, which is nice and manageable. I try and hit this like an iron, personally. And that's the kind of low spin knuckleball that you see. That'll be spinning at like 2000. Much lower ball flight, much better for the wind, 1900 spin. The fact you can get that with an iron, slightly ridiculous. 140 ball speed. Really starting to see the differences in these clubs in here. I'm going to leave you on that one because that's one of the best golf shots I've ever hit. Look at that go. 245 total. You don't need a driver. I'll leave you on that.